I am Michelle with 2 L's.
And I'm Natalie the Red.
And we are at Forcify Entertainment. And guys, we are here to close out our reviews of Stranger Things Season 4.
And I'm kind of sad to be closing them out.
I know.
This time,
it's really
honestly.
bittersweet.
It
It really
really
is. We're going to be covering in this. I know we had done episode by episode, but we're going to cover both chapter 8 and 9 in this. We recorded our reactions and we gave kind of our individual thoughts on each episode in those reactions. And those videos will be coming very soon. Very excited for you guys to be able to check that out.
They're going to be fun.
They are.
You get to watch it with us as we watch it for the first time.
Yeah. So if you're new and you're watching this right now and you're a Stranger Things fan, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the subscribe. That way,
be out soon.
Yeah, because they're on the way. They're coming. So we'll just cover both episodes and give you kind of our general thoughts of how this closed out. I'm excited, but I want to say too that I called it, guys, for a solid month. I was one of the lone people who kept saying no main characters are going to die, as people kept calling
I did
for.
Say that with you too.
She did.
I actually comforted you sometimes.
She
that
did.
was not going to happen
because everyone just kept saying Steve was going to die. It's like no, not Steve. I don't want any of them to die, but not Steve.
Definitely not Mr. Harrington.
Yes. And then I also called it on Twitter. You can go check. The receipts are there. I said that I believe that this was going to be like The Empire Strikes Back. And they went full Empire Strikes Back.
It really was. So many tones of that. Yes.
Even down to Max, a main character, kind of their status being in the balance at the end of it. At the end of it,
like details and ways.
Yes, it went very Empire Strikes Back, and I thought that was a nice. Actually, let's just say this. Now that we have the full season, I love the season.
This is a great season.
This is phenomenal. Not just Stranger Things, phenomenal television.
It's
This was truly an event.
It's quality beyond what most movies can do.
And let's just say,
in so many ways.
Let's just say that I think, again, I know sometimes people don't like it, but I think it was smart that Netflix broke this up in volume 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And how can I say that? Because I think for the first time in Netflix history, the site crashed the morning Stranger Things Volume 2 was released because people had a month to watch it and to be so excited for this Volume 2 to come out. So that's pretty cool. But did it live up to the epicness of what would come before? Because of course you guys know we thought Volume 1 was awesome. All of it was awesome. Yes, it lived up to it. These last 2 episodes,
it delivered.
These last 2 episodes, they hit on so many levels. And again, going into it, I knew that the good guys were going to take a bad loss. Probably they were going to lose a battle, but they won't lose the war.
Right.
That's kind of what I felt going into this, and that's what we get. But these final 2 episodes, they hit fantastic. They hit on every level. Of course, in the first one, the sad moment, mixed feelings with Papa dying. He's one of those people. He's horrible, but then you really enjoy him.
You got to know him a lot more this season, like the good, the bad, and the ugly, I guess you would say. But there was some good, I think, as messed up as he was.
Well, and he was like the psychotic version of Obi-Wan and Yoda helping the Luke situation, because that's what we get. Again, Empire Strikes Back. They even have
you're not ready.
Yeah, you're not ready. Oh, my friends need me. That type situation just from Empire. So that was kind of sad to say goodbye. It was a good ending for Papa, I guess. It was good. It was good.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it was good for him.
It wasn't good for him. I'm just saying the character's complicated. So it had a complicated end. I will say I loved Millie Bobby Brown. That actor's excellent too, plays Papa. I love their scene where he was gaslighting her and trying to manipulate her. And she was like, no, she finally just had enough. She finally is mature enough to catch what he was doing, and she called him on it. Man, that was a great moment.
It was it was kind of powerful.
It
It
was.
was an awesome dialogue between them and so well acted.
That was a good moment. And I'm glad that Dr. Owens, at least that we know of, is still alive. I think
I think so.
he's a good character, and
He
I think
is.
he can be very helpful with everything that's going on in Hawkins. Since he's
Oh, I think they're gonna need him in season 5.
absolutely. So I hope that psychotic general didn't do anything to him. I'd say he's
Yeah.
fine. They left it like he was okay. So I think he's okay. But yeah, so these last episodes, man, the final episode, I just want to say what an incredible job, because a critique that you can have so often, especially in movies today, is tones and
Yeah.
and them not being able to hit tones right. Like they being totally all over the map. Sometimes a lot of movies are like going from comedy to serious too fast. But my gosh, Stranger Things,
They pull it off.
these two,
Like tearing up one
yes.
moment and giggling the next.
Like the finale especially, it was a roller coaster of emotions. Like there would be moments that right when it was so intense, they could make you like have this very heartfelt moment, and you
Yeah.
really felt that, and or make you laugh, and then get intense again as if it got silly. Like
And I feel like it was very almost like sweet and sentimental between many of the
yes,
characters, like in these
yes,
last 2 episodes, and I think the last episode in particular.
yeah,
But it's just like they did not skimp on emotion this time, like playing up the emotion, or and like all these little conversations like between brother and sister, and it just them sharing their feelings, and then Dustin and
and Eddie,
and
man,
Eddie,
oh,
like that.
R.I.P. Eddie.
When they're playing out in the field, just anytime that it seems like they could go the emotional route and kind of play that up, which I love that personally. But yeah, it was I loved from the
Oh,
emotional aspects.
man, and I saw that they said the actor himself just added it, but when Eddie dies and right before he dies, he says, "I love you, man." That really got me the second time I watched it.
I know.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, this was truly a roller coaster of emotions. I love how, man, when things begin to come together, and it's like everything, like when all hope felt lost, and then when
Yes.
11 just like boom, like comes through, there were just so many, again, moments of and then like yes, like pump your
so
fist
good.
and then cry.
It's
I
like
mean,
everybody's backs against the wall, if we're
yes,
talking about in the finale.
yes, in the finale.
And it's like all of a sudden it's just like all the pieces start working, that they're accomplishing what they want to, and they're getting out of it, and there's like hope, and
yes,
it is like it's just. And then of course we've got the guitar scene or solo.
that
with
was
Eddie.
awesome.
That was awesome. I love that sequence.
Oh.
So good. And that's kind of when some of that stuff started to happen.
Yes.
So just chef's kiss. Awesome.
Yeah, Chrissy, this is for you. And Eddie just lets it rip. That was awesome.
And then he's playing almost like Guitar Hero style up there, almost like a video game, but it's awesome. Yeah. And then you've got Dustin
Dustin's
over
like,
there,
yeah,
like he's loving it, having the time of his life.
he's like most metal thing or most metal concert ever, or whatever he says. Yeah, that was awesome. And something too, watching this, I think even the second time I watched it, of course, the first time we were recording ourselves watching it or reacting to it, something that makes Stranger Things so great, and you see that in this final, especially in the final episode. That, I mean, good Lord, that was like a movie length. It was like 2 hours and 15 minutes.
It really was a movie.
It was. But you see, one of the things that makes Stranger Things so great is it's not just, and again, I think this is a shortcoming of, say, like some Marvel movies and different stuff. It's not just a bunch of action.
No,
in the middle,
so much emotion.
in the middle of the action, you have like Mike giving 11 this pep talk of how much he loves her and how much he needs her, and it begins to give her the strength that she needs. And it's like the emotional connections that make the show what it is and make it so just a dynamic show that hits on all levels.
And I think it sounds like cheesy, but I realize there's just so much love in the show.
Oh, so much.
You know, I mean, just kind of love for your friends, for everyone. Like, there's just a lot of, it's just a very loving show, and that kind of comes across.
Absolutely. And again, I know I've said Empire Strikes Back. I think the Duffer Brothers, they really understood, even kind of taking from what made Star Wars so great, which those friendships.
Yeah.
Like that's what makes it great. And that is Stranger Things. And
it's like the people in our lives, it kind of like they're really what matters.
Yes. Yes. And the way they all come together. And my gosh, I mean, another scene I just love, this show just has made so many incredible characters. And I love when Nancy, Robin, and Steve are up in Vecna's lair, and of course they throw the fire. But then when Nancy with the shotgun,
Oh my
boom,
goodness!
like it was just you're like, yes, it was again one of those cheer moments.
I honestly can't wait to rewatch like all the because I haven't rewatched it fully yet, but yeah, with Nancy, I remember when we were watching it, here together for the first time, it was just like, yes, Nancy. I mean, she was just like a total boss.
Yes,
Nancy was. I mean, she's awesome.
Well, and that's something too that this show does so well. They have amazing female characters, but also amazing male characters.
Yes.
You don't have to make one less to make the other great. And that again can be a flaw sometimes in today's movies or television.
But you're like you said, they do it well. Though.
They do it so everyone's good at what they do.
Right.
And
it makes
bring
sense.
something
it's
to the table.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That scene with Nancy was awesome. Another scene that got you was when Hopper is in one-on-one against the Demogorgon. He's got the sword.
Awesome.
That was so awesome.
Gosh, yeah, it was just like it was an experience. Honestly, the last
it
episode,
was.
There were just so many like high moments. Like even though there was defeat, there were just so many like high notes, and just like that was an awesome. Yes, with the sword, which, like you said, I didn't really know where he got it.
Yeah, I think it was when
maybe in the weaponry kind of area.
I think they had that there for an option for the Russians when they were going to fight it originally.
Oh, okay.
And it would just happen to still be there because I mean, no one had moved anything.
Yeah. And then you got Kate Bush playing. And it's just like it was like, could this be like more perfect?
What a fantastic! And that's when you've got Hopper with the sword, you've got Nancy with the shotgun, you've got 11 with her finger, like doing that to him. And you've got the Kate Bush song going, and you're just like, this is awesome.
You're like, this is television magic.
It really is. Like, this is better than most movie magic.
Really? Like, I really, that's what I think.
Well, and again, too, I'm going to keep using this comparison because I've been using it for a month. Empire Strikes Back. What you're saying is, even though they lose in that, it ends so hopeful. And this ends with kind of an ominous feeling, but yet hopeful. Like they're staring it down and they're going to take care of business.
Yeah. Oh, and I love even if it's, it is very posed, but yes, that ending scene, like on that kind of beautiful hill with all the flowers, and then you see it turn to death basically. And just kind of like they like look out season 5, like they're going to be on this. So
well, and just like the symbolicness of like Vecna is like the dark force and 11 is this light force. And as Vecna tries to take Max's life, I love when Millie Bobby Brown just says, I love when Millie Bobby Brown, and she does this, I think, in most seasons, just it's so definitive, just no. Like she says it again with Max, no.
Right.
Like you're not leaving. No. That was awesome. And I think that ends shot too. You see him being that dark force and the upside down ruining everything it touches, and them standing on this beautiful field and her representing that light force that is gonna conquer the darkness.
Good versus evil here.
Yes. And good will triumph.
Yes, of course.
And I will say too, another scene I thought that was the sound design. Everything in the show is just top notch, guys.
Spot on, yeah.
When
basically this went from a review to us just bragging on the show.
When Max dies for the minute she dies and the rip begins to happen, that is an awesome scene. The way they shot that was awesome. The way they show it.
Like, I guess I'd call them like sequences.
Yes.
And the finale in particular, just like awesome.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
all I can say.
Absolutely. And then we finally Joyce and Hopper finally get together. And then we finally get the reunion that I've wanted so bad since the end of season 3 of Hopper and 11, and they're like holding and embrace each other.
That made me tear up too.
It was just so sweet. I absolutely loved it. And then you've got let's just be real. I think Nancy and Jonathan are having some problems at the very end.
Yeah, it's almost like they both know they're kind of going in different directions.
They're going separate ways.
Just like the song.
She's going a separate way right into Steve's arms.
That's what we're thinking.
Is where she's going. But yeah, this season, Lucas, Eric, even Erica had some great moments.
She did.
Like the acting is just so great in this. when Lucas is like, "Go get help," her face. They just everyone does their part on this show. Will, everybody,
It's true.
Robin, and it's such a fantastic show with fantastic characters. And good gosh, they stuck the landing.
They did.
I mean, it started epic, and it ended
It
epic.
ended epic.
And I think season 5, the 5th and final season, is going to be one to remember as well. I'm
Yes.
believing.
I'm already so excited. I hate we have to wait so long.
I know, but you know what? I will wait longer for this quality of television.
That's true.
If that's what I know in this case, we had kind of a pandemic that ruined them being able to film. So it won't be that long this time.
Yeah.
And I know they say, I think there's going to be kind of a skip forward. Maybe the kids are seniors. I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited. But I am willing to wait a little longer when I get television this good.
Yeah, totally.
I'm okay with
It's
that.
worth it. Worth the wait.
So, Natalie, let's give it our final, these 2 episodes, our rating.
Oh, one last thing.
Okay.
And Max, I'm sure she'll recover.
Oh, absolutely. Again, she's
Yeah.
Han Solo. Instead of being
Right.
frozen in carbonite, she's in a coma. She's gonna be fine.
Well,
She'll
I
be
think wasn't there like an issue with her eyes though? Like, is she going to be able to see?
she should be able to see. I think that was.
I think it'll come back. Even.
Yeah, that was fine. It will be good.
Han couldn't see for a little while.
Exactly.
Either.
I had that thought. Han couldn't see when he was out at the beginning of Return of the
The
Jedi.
connections just don't stop.
Yeah, again, that's actually Return of the Jedi. There was a moment where he's like, "I see your friends." It was such the Emperor from Return of the Jedi.
Oh, I know what line you're talking about in Stranger
Yeah.
Things. I thought that is so Star Wars.
It was.
And then even Murray, I think, episode the
Yeah,
one
I've got a
full-
bad
I got
feeling
a bad
about
feeling
this.
about this.
Yes, I liked it. But yeah, so giving it our rating. So Max is gonna be okay. She's gonna be okay.
Yes, she will.
Maxine will pull through.
And Max, she was amazing this season.
She was,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, she got
So
some
good.
awesome work. This Sadie Sink got some awesome work to do in the season and nailed it.
I think she's definitely becoming like a show favorite. or,
She
like,
is.
crowd favorite.
She is. And yeah, it was another thing I like too. Again, the contrast, last thing before we rate it, contrasting Vecna and Eleven, how Vecna, he relies on bad memories,
Yeah.
hatred, like to fuel him, where Eleven has now moved to where she has good memories and like loving memories, and that fuels her.
Yeah.
And I just love the contrast that you've got going with Vecna.
Right.
and
Kind of like
11.
the 2 choices.
Yes.
Really.
Yeah. But anyways, we'll rate these 2 episodes. I'm gonna give them 5. The finale is definitely a 5. This whole season, it broke the Hoot system. It's it's gone.
The system will never be the same.
It's gone past the 5 so many times. Yeah, this season was awesome.
It was a 10.
It was. I couldn't
Actually, in a world full of 5 Hoots, be an 11.
What-
You know, that's what this.
What's so amazing is I actually was nervous about the season because of the scope and
Yeah.
because of how different I thought it would be. And this to me is the best season since season 1. And it's just
I
so
agree.
epic in its own level. And it's incredible.
And I think especially when you really love a show or a franchise or something, you're thinking like, okay, I love it all so far. Please don't mess it up to where it's like something, just where
Yeah.
it's like, I don't like it as much anymore. But it's like, no, they exceeded
They upped it.
expectations.
They upped the ante, man.
They
It was
did.
good. But yeah, that's our thoughts on Stranger Things, Volume 2. Absolutely loved it. And can't wait for season 5. That's where we are right now.
I can't either.
And definitely be on the lookout for our reaction videos. Those are going to be a lot of fun. We may or may not cry a couple times.
You might see me shed a few tears on camera.
It happened. It was a thing. But yeah, those of you who are not yet, if you are not yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Also give the video a thumbs up. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, remember to be a force of light. All right.